Good morning, YouTube. What the fuck is going on? So, today we have a full day of eating an updated one because I made one maybe about a month and a bit ago. So, more calories up. Weight is still climbing nice and slowly how we want. I'm taking you guys to a push workout today as well. It's going to be an absolute ripper. So, training day calories are now just above 3,300. Still 5 meals spread across. Pre-workout meal now in the morning, post-workout. And then kind of middle of the day, afternoon, dinner, and then pre-bed. Carbohydrates starting to get nice and high. Roughly 540 or 535 grams, with most of that coming in the intra and post-workout window. More intra-workout as well with the dextrose. It's going to be good, I'm excited. The body's feeling good. I've had a few little bits and bobs in terms of like injuries and stuff like that, like tweaking my back, getting sick, my shoulder. So I wouldn't say this is the smoothest running bulking phase I've had, but we're getting there. We're showing up every day, just getting steps in now. Fucking hell, it is cold. But you know what? Life is just going to be determined how you look at it. When I did tweak my back, I could have just been like, nah, I won't train. However, still got in there, did what I could. For example, when I trained legs, I only did one set on the squat press and one set of back extensions, because they're going to probably flare it up the most out of everything, right? So just finding that sweet spot with your training. Because I know it's a really cliche saying, but something is always better than nothing. And for pretty much everyone that's watching this video, you love training, right? So being out of the gym, being unable to train is a fucking pain in the ass in itself, right? So you just start wondering this, start thinking about that, you start overthinking, you change your fucking split 100 times. I've been there, all right? Just get in there, do what you can. If it's that bad, you won't even be thinking about the gym because you're in that much pain, right? So holy shit, so dark. So we're gonna wrap up this walk, nice little 30-35 minute steps in the morning. Take you through the pre-workout meal, which you already know what it is. My beloved corn thins and coconut water. So we'll see you there. Anyways, let's get this step in. Fucking hell, I'm full mouthful. All right, fuckers, we're back home. Pre-workout meal, done. Calories, macros on screen there. Everyone knows me. I put on my story probably 3 days a week. All my clients are eating it too. Pre-workout nutrition. You know what? Let's put the fucking phone down for this one. This is a big one. And it's not going to stay. Yes, it is. Okay. Pre-workout nutrition. Pick a carb you like. Literally any carb that you know is going to digest fast for you. Okay? Combine the carb with some fruit. You get glucose, you get fruit. Let's skip the science stuff. It's just going to hit the bloodstream quicker. You're going to digest it quicker. You're going to have a better workout. Done. You can add protein if you like. I personally don't. First thing in the morning, it doesn't really sit well with me. And then add a little fat source. I put 10 grams of peanut butter. Yes, carbs are important. We want it to be predominantly carbs, but you want a little bit of fat or protein because they both delay the speed of digestion just a touch. That's why I said just a little bit, because you don't want the carbs to kind of enter your bloodstream and then go too quickly. And then you go to train and you're flat. Think of fats and protein as like a little bit of glue to kind of hold all the carbs together and just slowly push them through the bloodstream, shuttle them through for when you train. All right, so we got 30 grams of raspberry jam, 6 corn thins, 10 grams of peanut butter. There we go, there's the fat. 20 grams of honey, a banana now for the fructose. So we've got both carbs, no protein for me, a little bit of fat to offset the speed of the digestion, and then potassium and sodium pre-workout and intra-workout, which we'll get to later on. Think of sodium and potassium, your electrolytes, as another form of glue that's going to help shuttle these carbs through and also improve training performance. When you sweat, when you do hard, intense exercise, your body excretes out water. Contained in that water, sodium, potassium, you get the gist, right? So topping up on them before and during you train, even after as well, depending on if you're doing 2 workouts a day, you're doing 2 a days, is going to be really beneficial. So we got the coconut water for the potassium, banana for a bit more potassium as well. And then I've actually added 2 grams of light salt, which is just 50% sodium salt, potassium salt and sodium salt, and then 1 gram of regular salt as well. So really high in sodium and potassium, really high in carbs, both fructose and glucose, moderate to low in fat, and then low protein. Literally the perfect pre-workout meal. I eat this at about 6:15. I'm training by 7:20, 7:15. No problems at all. Great pump. Don't feel lethargic. And yeah, let's tuck in for the fuckers. All right, we're back outside. Post-meal walk. Literally the biggest hack. Staying lean, feeling good, getting steps in. Like there is literally zero fucking downside to walking, especially after a meal. Especially after a carb-dense meal, I should say. Because, you know, you get a bit of the brain fog after a big carb meal. So it's going to walk. This should take me to about 4K already, and the time is Apple Watch. I really need to start putting it on the other hand. The time is 6:28. So we're going to be nearly at half our goal at 6:30. Most people are still in their third dream. So nice little view outside too. Woo. Then we're going to go home. We'll shower, we'll get ready, we'll prep our pre into a workout, and then push day, motherfuckers. All right, back from the walk. It is now 6:42 a.m. We're prepping our pre and into workout. Let's go through it. All right, pre-workout. We've got a scoop of the end of days stim pre. Then we've got 12.5 mils of this liquid pumps. This shit is insane. The glycerol, in a nutshell, it's really good for hydration, pushing some more fluid and water to your muscles as you're training. Insane. I also put a bit in there, and then I chuck my creatine in there as well. With creatine, take your body weight times by 10, divided by 10, times by 10. I'm a fucking retard. Basically, if you weigh 80 kilos, you want 8 grams. For every 10 kilos of body mass, gram of creatine. All right, so that's what's in there, as well as gram of salt, gram of hard salt. Remember from before, we want potassium as we're training and before, during. You get the point. Then, intra workout, we've got the other 500 mils of the lychee coconut water. We've got 30 grams of dextrose, which is just powdered carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates. Again, it's going to digest quickly as we're training and replenish the carbs that we're obviously burning off as we're training. Another gram of regular salt and another gram of hard salt, and another 12.5 mils, which I haven't actually put in yet, of glycerol. All right, so in total, really, really good. And I've just tripped over pre-workout and intra-workout. This flavor is what? Honestly, it tastes like shit. I've got this one in here as well. This one's low-key, where is it? The best flavor, but I want to rinse through this one first. Save that one for later. So yeah, ready to go. Time to go shower, get ready, and I'll chat these in the car. Let's fucking go. All right, push day. It's going to be a good one. So session breakdown, obviously I'll record in the gym, but so you've got a little teaser. Exercise number 1. We'll put the camera here, actually. You know what? Let's fucking put it here. Okay, no, it's too far. I'm not actually in the U. My U's getting fixed because some fuckwit rear-ended me at the lights and like pushed the tray forward. So it's getting fixed. I'm in the RAV4. Streets will never forget the RAV4. Anyways, fuck, I'm so stimmed out. Holy shit. Exercise 1, rear delt fly. 3 sets there. Then we move into a pec fly exercise number 2. Seated cable fly. 2 sets, 10 to 15 reps. Then we move into the kind of meat and potato compound chest exercises of the workout. Exercise number 3, a flat converging Nautilus press, 1 top set there with a back off. Then we move into the Nautilus high incline, shoulder incline chest press, 1 top set there and a back off set. Then we go into a single arm cuff lateral raise, 2 sets there, predominantly higher rep range. Then we move into the arm portion, which is 2 sets of a single arm tricep extension, and then my favorite bicep exercise at the moment, 2 sets of the elbow supported dumbbell curl. All right. 15, 14 sets for the workout. Gonna document probably all the top set, back off sets, depending how busy the gym is. There's literally no one here. So, you know what it is too? I find when there's no cars here, it's like, oh, mad, no one's here. Then you go inside, bro, and it's like everyone's lining up for the fucking Ivy. And then the reverse, when you can't find a parking, you go in there and it's a ghost town. You know what I mean? So, anyways, we'll get in there. Really good feeling about today. You know, like I don't know, the last few sessions have been pretty shit. Not that like I've progressed and everything, but my head just hasn't been in it. So really big focus today. I probably shouldn't be recording then because I'm going to have to fucking set the camera up and all that shit. But let's get in there. It's another day, another opportunity to progress. People say don't take the gym so seriously. I get that side of it. But the way I look at it is it's 7:21 now. This will dictate my day, how hard I push. You getting in there with the opportunity to be better. By default, if you did 10 reps of 100 kilos last week, if you do 11 today, you are by default, by definition, better. So that is the goal with every single set today, to progress, to push myself as hard as I can. Then that's going to bleed into the rest of the day with work, with everything, your overall mood, all that sort of shit. So let's fucking do it, eh? Let's fucking go. I'm ready. Let's do it. All right, pricks. Welcome. Push day as so. So starting off, rear delt fly, as we said in the car. So take a moment before your sets to really lock in. I'm starting with rear delts on this day. Not only do they benefit helping with your pushing exercises, it's a nice little stable joint to press off. They're a big weak point of mine, so I'm trying to bring them up. What I like to think about here, and I covered this in my leg day plus rear delt video, is start with your shoulders in protraction, okay? Do not move them. You don't want to shrug back because as you're pulling and you shrug, you're turning it into an upper back row. We want complete or majority isolation of the rear delts here. So this is one of 2 top sets, 8 to 12 reps, and then a back off of 10 to 15. As you can see, I am being intentional where the movement is the hardest. The movement is the hardest when you start to come past 50-60% of the movement into the lockout where the squeeze is, okay? I pass this on to my clients religiously. Spend time where the movement is hard. On a leg extension, it's hardest at the lockout. Spend time there, squeeze it. On a hack squat, leg press, chest press, in the lengthen range, the pause, spend time there. There is a reason those movements are hard for a reason. There's also a reason not everyone looks like they train, okay? So really keeping the shoulders forward and dragging out. See that sticking point there? Trying to spend as much time as I can there. Looking back, I probably could have spent a bit more time there in terms of as I fatigued, but again, this is why we record our clips. Really good set here, progress on all three, and then we move into the next one. Seated cable fly, my favorite chest movement by far. You can see I don't hold the handles completely neutral. I kind of rotate them out slightly, just helps align with the fibers a bit more. And then as you're scooping and they turn out, you can really get that extra bit of range of motion there. You can even see my chest striding towards the top right now. Okay, two sets here as a pre-exhaustion technique. 2 sets, 10 to 15 reps. Again, spending time in the squeeze where the movement is the hardest, getting the most out of the movement, okay? Progression doesn't just come from weights going up, reps going up. It's how you're performing the movement. I could have done this last week, hit the same reps, but the reps were rushed. There was no squeezing, there was no pausing. Where you can see here, every part of the movement is controlled, is intentional. Don't think with chest movements, retract the shoulder blades and keep them there, because then you can't really shorten it as much as you can. I like to think, keep them depressed away from the ears. Have a distance between the ear and the shoulder. Keep them depressed. That way the shoulder can still move forward back and freely. Okay, so again, even as I'm fatiguing, I'm trying to spend time in the respective ranges, pausing in the lengthened and really driving my biceps across, getting as much blood in there as I can before we move on to the subsequent exercise, which is more of a compound. Okay, again, fighting through the reps, training hard, getting it done. I think I progressed on this one here as well. Then we move into our next one, which is our bigger meat and potato exercise movement of the workout. Nautilus flat press. Okay, you can do a dumbbell press, you can do flat barbell bench press if you want. My gym just has the Nautilus. Okay, so as you can see, I'm not just rushing. Okay, I'm coming down slow, letting the chest retract. My shoulders are moving freely, and you can see my bicep, especially how my arm is close to the screen, driving into my chest. This machine, anyone who's used it, gets heavy very quick. A lot of it can turn into triceps. So keeping the shoulders depressed and letting them move freely throughout the movement, driving those biceps as hard as I can into my chest. I think this part of the rep here just stopped, died. There we go. Didn't progress on this one, but that's the name of the game sometimes. Then we move into the top line press, as I like to call it. It's kind of an incline press, shoulder press hybrid. Sliding down on the seat, bring the seat height up, keeping the elbows tucked. You can see that 45-degree arm path perfectly aligning with the upper chest, okay? Even though it technically is a shoulder press, all right? What I like to think about here again, shoulders depressed, they can move freely throughout the movement, and you can see my chest coming together towards the top. Keeping my sternum up, not letting it collapse, shoulders depressed, and driving that upper arm up and in. Think 45 degrees, up and in again. You can see my chest contract. Sorry, not sorry for the mob, okay? This machine, anyone who's used it, gets heavy so quick. Didn't progress on this. Progressed on both back off sets on this workout, not the top sets. Again, name of the game. Next exercise, the last shoulder component of the session, single arm cuff lateral raise. I'm actually going to swap these out for some lying raises, which I do on my other 2 respective days when I train shoulder. I don't know, these would just give me a bit of pain, didn't feel that good. But again, putting the cuff just above wrist height there, you don't want it too high or too low, or you're not really doing anything with it. Letting it come across my body, and I always love the cue, flex your lats on the way down. When training side delts, everyone says, I feel my traps. Try and flex your traps now. Yep, they come out. Then if you try and flex your lats like this, you can't flex your traps. So by flexing them on the way down, you're pretty much keeping your traps stable and stationary, allowing your side delt to just take the whole movement, okay? Grabbing the bar of the cable, obviously for support, letting it run across my body, flexing my lats, and then driving up just in line with the midline. Any higher, just gonna be more trap, but definitely gonna swap those out, 2 sets there. Then the arm portion of this session, single arm D-handle extension, and then we'll go on to the curl next. To be honest, watching this back, pretty shit form. And again, even myself as a coach whose job is to help other people with the gym, I have days where I don't execute or perform the exercises maybe as good as I should or as good as I tell people to. And this is the beauty of recording your sets, being honest with yourself, dropping the ego so you can improve. Okay, that is the downfall of so many boys and girls I train. Everyone thinks they know what they're doing. Why do you look like shit? Okay, I can see here, I'm not coming up as high as I should. The last couple of reps, I think I started to clock in my head that I wasn't coming up high enough. But this one, I'm really focusing on that contraction, putting my elbow, driving it into my lats and just extending down hard until there's a lockout. Sometimes the reps don't come and that is okay. We go again next week with better form. And then the last exercise of this session, the elbow supported dumbbell curl, getting 3 times a week frequency on the biceps. Now, love this variation, no swinging. Obviously, don't do it if your gym's packed or you're going to get some looks. I train in the mornings, no one's really there. So I like to just think about flexing my tricep at the bottom and driving the back part of my arm into the pad as hard as I can at the bottom, bringing that wrist up to the shoulder and squeezing. As you can see, no body English. Nothing else is doing this workout for me or this exercise for me except my biceps. Picking a stable option when you can, okay? Can I curl more than the 14s? Yes. Is that going to do more for bicep growth? Probably not. Your muscle does not have a brain or conscious. It does not know what you're lifting. All it knows is the intensity and the load and the stimulus you place on it. This last rep dead set took like 20 fucking minutes in my head. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically 6.5, 7 seconds there. And then we'll go into some posing afterwards as well. There's me. Core still pretty good. As someone who always struggled to be able to see the rabs, I'm 15 weeks into bulking up, still visible. Legs are still nice and striated, can't complain. Then obviously, most muscular sort of shot. I've always had good side delts, okay? Definitely a stronger point, but again, trying to bring everything else up like my chest in comparison. And then this is probably one of my best shots at the moment. I do have really nice high inserting lats and bigger legs than average. Bro, posing is hard. I was literally out of breath. As you can see, creating that really nice V taper there. So yeah, back to the video. All right, post-workout, fantastic workout today. And then coming home to this, Jesus Christ, we've got 125 grams of rice flour, 40 grams of whey, 30 grams in the dark chocolate base, 10 grams of the Malteser flavor Aussie choc malt with a drip, 10 grams of rice bubbles, 150 grams of frozen berries, and 20 grams of honey. And then the old trusty post-workout, 100 grams frozen pineapple. Same rules apply with pre and post workout nutrition. The only real difference is you want a lot more protein in this meal. Low fat, the same. High carb, simple carb, the same. You do not need to complicate it. Chicken and rice, maybe put some honey and sriracha on top. That's a client favorite too. Something rice-based, even a rice-based cereal like rice bubbles or rice flour. There you go. Just digest quick. Think of it, it's the exact same protocol, pre and post workout. You just want more protein in the post-workout meal. The simple way I look at it is you want a fast digesting carb, you want it to be high protein, and you want it to digest quick. How do we do all these things? Fast digesting carb, any of the rice-based carbohydrates to eat, a lean protein like whey, chicken, white fish, egg whites if you really want, very simple, and easily and fast digesting. That's why we use lean protein, it's low in fat. Fast digesting carbs, fruit, stuff like that, honey, rice bubbles. And then to aid into the digestion, you want it to be low fat first of all, and you want something that's going to aid in digestion, which is pineapple, which contains bromelain. Simple way to look at it is all of this, it's a big hefty meal. Combined with this, it's going to digest quick. Pineapple does contain bromelain, right? Digestive enzyme that helps with the breakdown of amino acids. There's amino acids in the protein. It's a lean protein source with a fast digesting carb source. With the bromelain, it's going to digest like fucking Usain Bolt. So that's the protocol post-workout. We're going to smash it, go for a little digestion walk, and then get into work. Calories and macros on screen now. Fucking hell, this looks incredible. How am I eating this, staying lean and growing muscle? Because I'm smart, because I'm not a fucking retard. Anyways, let's tuck in. All right, post-workout meal consumed. Now we're on a little walk. It's a little special. What the fuck are you doing? Little special guest on a walk with us. The first time he's actually left the house in 3 weeks. That's good. Like I said in the video before, in the morning, there is literally zero downside to walking, especially after a meal. Especially after a big meal, post-workout. Remember, the whole goal is to kickstart recovery and digestion. So having a meal like that, ticking all the boxes off the checklist, like I said before, combining that with walking, what's that going to do for your digestion? It's only going to benefit it. So especially after post-workout, if you can, move after your meals. I'm on just under 8K steps. This will probably take me to about 9.5. And it's, what time is it, Rocky? Chop, chop. Come on, people are fucking waiting. 10 o'clock. Not even halfway. Oh, he started. Not even halfway through the day. Oh my God, he just fell as well. Oh my God, I would kill myself. Clickbait, clickbait. That'll take me to nearly 10K at fucking 10 o'clock. It's not even half the day. And then we get back home and then we get into work. All right, well, fuck, it's been a while since I last picked up the camera. The time is now 1:49. So what's that? 11, 12, nearly 4 hours, and just sipping on this. I like to just sip on it as I work. Check-ins and form reviews underway for today. But yeah, I just wanted to take this time to talk about something a little bit deeper. Now, for me, I don't know what it's been like, why it's been like this for the last couple weeks, months, but it's been there my whole life. And you know when you just have like a void, an empty void in your stomach. Now, this could come from heaps of things. This could come with trauma. Okay, relax. I'm not fucking some sob story, but it could come from your purpose, like not having a clear one or kind of getting lost on the way. It could come from burnout, which I think is what's happening to me. But I just want to take this time to say that, like, especially as like a man, as a guy, and someone who's very opinionated on social media, as you know, right? Like, at the end of the day, I'm a fucking human being too. Like, I experience emotions, good, bad, ugly, fucking happy, whatever it is. But having, you know, things in place where in the event this does happen, you can always go back to something. You know, like for me, it's the gym. For me, it's work. Now, you don't have to love the gym. If you're watching this video, you probably do, but it can be sport. It can be, I love music. I could sit here and just listen to music and just be in my thoughts, whatever it is. I love food. I love watching cooking videos, whatever it is. Finding an outlet for yourself. Feeling sad and angry and all these emotions, that's not inhumane. You're not a pussy, you're not a bitch, in my opinion. All right, crying on Instagram is where I draw the line, but all jokes aside, as a man, you're not any less of a man or woman, whatever it is. If you feel upset, if you feel angry, if you feel lost, if you feel stressed, like it's called being a human, man. All this toxic masculinity, masculinity isn't toxic. Being a dickhead is, being a prick is. The way I look at it, man, is like you can let a feeling like what I've got right now dictate what you do for the rest of the day. Eat slop, don't train, be a fucking loser. But for me, it's okay. Didn't have the best workout today. Sorry, not today. Last couple of days. Today was a step in the right direction, and it was really pissing me off because the gym is my outlet for feeling burnt out or, you know, that feeling that void in my stomach. But having a purpose, for me, it's being the best coach I can be. I take pride in that. All my clients know, like, I think the shortest check-in I've ever sent probably goes for like 7 minutes. Most coaches do fucking 2.5, 3. Can I do them shorter? Yeah. But I take pride in people paying me their money, people putting their time, their effort, their trust in me, their money for a service that's going to better them. Take pride in what you do. I take pride in working hard. That's something I've always had as a kid. And this void I've always had as a kid too, you know, the feeling of not doing enough. Am I doing this enough? Am I working hard enough? The way I look at it is, it's like tax, right? Like if you're paying a lot of tax, as shit as that is, means you're doing something right because you're earning enough money to do so. If you're doing so much and you still feel like you're not, you'd rather that than be doing nothing like a loser and being content with that. Okay, so for all the boys, girls, anyone watching, if you feel that kind of void in you where maybe you just feel a bit lost, it's okay. You're a human. Acknowledge it. It's fine. What are you doing to counter that? Are you working hard at the gym, at your job, at your sport? Are you an athlete? Are you being the best partner you can be? Are you find the things that you're good at, find the things you want to be good at, and give every fucking ounce of effort you got. Fuck this balanced moderation shit, okay? You're not I'm prepping for an Olympia and you can't put seasoning on your chicken, bro. Relax. But find what you enjoy, find what you want to enjoy, what you want to be good at, all that sort of shit. And just fucking grab it with both hands and go, man. Get so busy, get so focused on it, so productive that you don't even have time to feel that void. And that's what I'm focusing on doing. You know, as soon as I start feeling that, all right, I can make a video. I can do a form review. I can post something. I can go for a walk. I can go train. Fill your day where you feel those voids with something productive. All right, that's my 2 cents. Going to crack on with another hour or two of work. See you for the next meal. Transition. There we go. All right, next meal. We've got 5 slices of toast. Waiting for the eggs to cook. We got 100 ml egg whites, 2 whole eggs, 50 grams spinach, 50 grams cherry tomatoes, 20 grams red onion, if you know, you know, for the testosterone, 40 grams avo, seasoned with light salt. This shit is insane. Tahini seasoning, obviously pepper, and then you might be wondering, what the fuck are those seed things? Come over here. Tastes like shit. Do not recommend this shit. Oh my God. Everything but the bagel seasoning, incredible. So calories, macros on screen there. Transition. So the time is now currently 3:05. We're having this meal. It's the pre-dinner meal and then dinner. And then we got another one, which is my favorite meal of the day at the moment. Simple meal. So now you'll notice now the carb sources in particular, they're slower digesting carb sources. We don't want that crazy insulin spike. We're not going to train. We want to stay as sensitive to these carb sources as possible to fuel our training, to stay lean, keep body fat in check, etc. So Next meal, like I said, love this meal too. You got the fat from the eggs, the avocado, lots of fiber from the veg as well. Tastes fantastic. And the way I like to structure carb sources in and around training is around training, like the previous videos, you want those fast digesting sources, okay? Your body's gonna uptake them quick, go train, think of carbs as fuel, saving money, okay? You want to buy fuel and put it in there for the car to drive only when you need to. Everything else, let's save it. Let's use a slower digesting carb, like bread. Like the next two meals, you notice the trend with the carb sources, they're slower digesting. Gonna keep us full too. We don't need these crazy sugar spikes like I said previous. So we're gonna plate this up because I'm fucking starving. I haven't eaten for like 6 hours. Then we'll go from there. There we go, next meal plated up. I cut it into like 5, obviously washing it so my mum doesn't fucking kill me. Look at that, man. Look! It's crazy how my appetite is, eh? Like when I tell you like I'm still ravenous, like this is another thing too, just because you are bulking, it is not an excuse to get fat. Like think of your cutting phase, bulking phase, whatever you're doing. Nothing actually changes except the quantity of food you're eating. Training, the same. Recovery, the same. Sleep, supplements, all that sort of shit. Nothing should change between whatever phase you're doing. The same discipline you have with a cut. I'm locked in, bro. I'm doing cardio. I'm going for walks. I'm fucking tracking my food. You do that on a bulk too. That is how you correctly bulk, lean bulk. There's no such thing as a lean bulk. Bulking has just lost its fucking credibility because cunts are eating 6,000 calories when they're 45 kilos, getting fat, and then blaming their genetics and taking key. Yeah, we've all been there, right? Well, not me anyways. So gonna pump this meal, take the same discipline into your box that you do when you're cutting. That's the best piece of advice I can give you. I'll be talking to my computer to myself for too long. I'm losing my fucking mind. Anyways, wowza. Benji, what do you reckon? Look at him. I swear, these cunts got the best life, eh? They literally eat, sleep, shit, and everyone loves them. But if I do that, get a job. You're fat and unemployed and single. Probably someone's life right now. Not mine. Anyways, let's eat. See you for dinner. All right, next meal, it's 5:30. We got 500 grams of Spud Light potato, 200 grams of pumpkin delivered by the man himself, 55 grams of cucumber cut by Lana from the man himself. And look who's cooking dinner. Say what's up.
What's up?
Say what's up, Edwards.
What's up?
No, don't. I'll get Ben. Then we got 130 grams of chicken to go alongside it as well. Is nearly ready?
Couple minutes.
Couple minutes? All right, I'll show you the finished product. Finished product, tell us up to the vlog. He's not saying what's up, but anyways.
I'll say what's up.
Oh, I'm feeling beautiful one. All right, and we've made it to the final meal of the day. Wow, just have a look at that. We've got 90 grams of oats, and we've got 5 grams of cheese seeds in there as well. We've got 100 grams of salted caramel YoPro mixed with the base with some cinnamon and some more light salt, potassium max. Then 50 grams YoPro, 50 grams, so 200 grams YoPro in total, 100 in the base, 100 on top. 50 grams frozen blueberries, 50 grams frozen raspberries, dark chocolate square, which when you put it in there, you can see it literally makes like its own sauce. Oh shit, fuck. Nice. Now we've got 10 grams of peanut butter as well. Like, just look at this thing, bro. Holy also, Dad, look at this. So you notice the themes with the meals, that the meals closest to the workout, very quick carbs, like very quick digesting, and then very low fat as well, and moderate to high protein, but low for the pre-workout meal. Then you'll notice the meals away from the workout. So after the post-workout meal, the 3 meals I consume then, they're higher in protein, they're higher in higher GI fat, so like higher GI carbs, so carbs that are going to digest slower, and they're higher in fat. I'm a big believer in putting that window of training as little fat as you can, because remember, the goal is to uptake the nutrients and digest. Away from the workout, man, do whatever you like. I personally like fats at night, closer to bed too, later in the day, because that is when the cravings kick in. That is when hunger is highest. Fats are going to delay digestion. You're not going to feel as hungry. All right. Water intake as well. We're 6 liters for the day. Steps, if I have a look at my Apple Watch, how am I going to do this? Oh, quick swipe. Steps are at 15,122. So really productive day today. Really good. Going to finish off the day with this meal. Daily totals now are on the screen. So yeah, really good training day. I personally do like a higher amount of carbs, calories, training day wise. You can lower them on the rest day. I find it works for me when my recovery is still good. I get the most out of the calories on the training day because I'm slamming these carbohydrates and my body's used to it, and then I'm kind of depleting on that rest day. Whether or not it makes as big of a difference as I think it does, the key thing, it works, and it works for me. Now, I prescribe similar sort of protocols to clients, some of them with as drastic as 900 to 1,000 calories different training day to rest day, whereas some people the same, some people 100. definitely does depend on the body, okay? However, that is the key word, depend on you, your body. You're not me. You have a different schedule to me. You might be able to digest more fats and still be good. Whereas for me, I like the lower fats on training days. I can't really eat as much, which the goal is obviously to eat, gain weight, gain quality weight, gain muscle, etc. But yeah, like I said, the key thing is to find what works for you. So if you're struggling to find what works for you, by all means, please still have, I think, 4 or 5 inquiry slots open. You get 10 a month basically with Typeform, where you need to pay fucking like an extra $2,000 a year. Fuck that. So you get 10 a month, which is good. But shit at the same time when people want to inquire. So if you do want to inquire to work one-on-one and join the team, there are links on both my socials. And yeah, we'll go from there. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace. Have a good one. Good night. And I'm about to tuck in. See you later.